300 million U.S. citizens according to the U.S. Census count in 2010. And of those 300 million, 1.4 million citizens are on active duty in the U.S. Armed Force. In other words, only 0.5% of the U.S. population serves their country. As an individual from my siblings' experience who has served in the Korean Army, I believe compulsory national service is good for society and for individuals. It can decrease social ills, form better national security, and increase patriotism. Benefits for individuals also included better education and healthcare, as well as character building and performing civic duty. Finally, because of my brother's positive experience in the Army, I believe that compulsory national service may be good for the United States. Following advantages are you may expect from this policy. Let's see the big picture first. There are many positive social aspects of this compulsory national service. First, it decreases social ills. According to the Center for Economic Policy Research, adults from 18 to 24 years are responsible for 28% of the property crime arrests. With mandatory service, troubled teens and street peoples that normally consider nothing to do enter the national service and receive the training, discipline, and experience that provides them to a stable and secure life. Benefits from this action include this decrease of crime rate on the streets, providing abundant eligible human resources in industry. Compulsory of 1 or 2 years civic service would put these youth out of risk for crime. Second, it is necessary to protect our country. Nobody wants war, but it can happen anytime. Without any self-defense system, any country may be ruined by any other countries. U.S. citizens need to be prepared. The National Bureau of Labor Statistics reports that 63.9% of the U.S. population is part of the eligible workforce. If these citizens were given the military or civic training, they could help national defense. Compulsory national service also increases national spirit and improves national unity. People would learn what is right and wrong, and they would know what the right things to do for their country. Through these positive effects, our neighborhoods become safer, and overall, society grows healthier. This is a win-win game for not only the government, but also the society itself. Advantages are also applied to individuals. Mandatory national service creates a more responsible citizen who has a special role in society. It covers various areas such as education, healthcare, vocational training, etc. According to the U.S. Department of Veterans Affairs, government pays school tuition for those who have joined the Army service and everyone who is related to the military personnel. And they are provided of good health care. Moreover, all active military people can get free medical and dental care, and it lasts for a certain period of time after they discharge military service. Also, since people learn about their duties and responsibilities, they're more responsible, reliable, and ever practical in their life. William A. Galston, former advisor to President Clinton, said, "By the time they enter high school, young people would know that they might be asked to serve, and they would begin to talk to their older siblings or relatives about their options. They would begin to understand that there's more to citizenship than simply asserting their rights. As a citizen of the country, they would learn that they have a duty to give the society back what they have received from their nations, their country. This process would help people to build their character as well." Let's let's move to my brother's personal experience. As I told you in this class before, I am from South Korea, and I have had a brother, with no exception, who was also sent to the army to do his job for 18 months. On top of everything that he has been through in the army, he was really appreciated how he could do his duty as a citizen of South Korea, and he felt pretty worthy about it, to feel the pride of being a servant to the country. Unlike most Korean men, he said joining the army wasn't fun at all at first. Before he joined the army, he didn't know the situation between South Korea and North Korea. And he couldn't do anything by himself. It was not just his case. Through all the basic trainings with his companions, he has been changed. What he has learned that there was not just how he survived in a battlefield or how he protected himself. It was more like how he served for his country and how he became a part of the society. Time goes by, he was discharged as a sergeant who led and trained subordinate soldiers. At that time, he counseled them when they were in the trouble with their personal issues and looking back at the time. He was so glad that he could have helped someone. And he was a really passive person before he joined the army, but the army taught him living life with confidence and as well as responsibility. Even though it was really hard and tough, he has learned invaluable skills that he can't learn from any education foundations. Most importantly, he became a better person, more active citizen. In one word, he became a man. I agree to the mandatory service that it could cause some negative effects, but still, there are more positive aspects of this policy. Military service is one of many options, and there are some alternative ways citizens can fulfill their responsibilities, such as joining a volunteer service like a Marine Corps or the Peace Corps. In conclusion, I believe that compulsory national service would be good to the country, but also for the individuals who would passionately join for serving the country. By serving their country, citizens can learn responsibility and be an active participant, which makes countries stronger and healthier. The United States was created as a democracy so that all people could participate in this politics. Eric Russell wrote in his article called "Mandatory Military Service Works in Israel," said Americans on the front lines overseas are willing to give their lives to uphold all that we take for granted so that others, their fellow Americans, can continue their daily lives. A day will come, and by necessity we will return to these hostile, faraway lands, but then the burden will be shared more equally by all, but not only some. In other words, because we are given rights, and it is our responsibility to protect them, and everyone must work to protect these rights, not just the few that volunteer to national service. It is all in your hands. Thank you.